Hello gamers and welcome to part 10 of the Tsukihime remake playthrough. We're back again for your weekly dose of Type Moon action. Yeah, 2 digits already. We are making some good pace, I want to say. And yeah, we're firmly locked into the arcade route. See how it goes. Yeah, last time was a bit funny, honestly. We had some interesting stuff happening, but now I think we're back to more serious stuff again. Who knows what's gonna happen? We got seemingly a new threat looming again. No rest for the wicked and all that. So yeah, I'm excited. Again, no need to do disclaimers. This is part 10. Let's just get started here. Remember to smash that like button if you're enjoying the Let's Play as well on the YouTube side. I'm gonna try and get this video out on the same day as well. Woohoo! Let's go! Oh my. So yeah, we didn't manage to get a checkpoint at the start of a day. We're still kind of in the middle of a day. Or actually, I guess this is close to the end of the day. But supposedly there was still a good amount of content left, so... You know, instead of going insane overtime, we decided, hey, we'll just pause there. Small blue balls, but here we are. So yeah, they're headed to check out what's probably a new threat or something. Or that's the intention at least. We'll see what happens.
吸血鬼のこと。お前、前に言ったよな。
She nods.
それじゃあ、今朝のニュースで新しい犠牲者が出たっていうのは知ってるか？
Yeah, because Shiki obviously thought the murders were stopped after Vlov was defeated, but then there was a new notification on the news about a fresh murder, which obviously wouldn't make sense from his POV since Vlov is dead, so, you know, he was kind of sussing out Arcuade, but it's probably something else. I think he kind of knows that too, but we don't know what it's gonna be yet.
昨日の夜に通り魔に殺されて血を抜かれたらしい。
Very vampire style killing again. So that they do share that similarity. She narrows her eyes. I can tell I've stepped on thin ice. One more wrong. Let's try that again. One wrong step will be the end of me.
それでって。
I swallow nervously. Arcuade peers right at me. Her eyes tell me that she's ready to pounce at the slightest movement. Roro.
おかしいじゃないか、アルクエイド。ブローブは死んだ。なのに、どうしてまだ吸血鬼騒ぎが起こる？ まさかとは思うけど。
I am getting a spam call. Let me decline that real fast. There we go. If this is your doing, I...
もうそんなわけないでしょ。それは私じゃなくて他の吸血鬼の仕業よ。
Surely. She interjects, slicing through the tension. A strange happiness wells up in my throat. But I shouldn't get my hopes up yet. It's great that he was another vampire. But there's still a couple of things that don't make sense.
他の吸血鬼の仕業って、そう次から次へと吸血鬼が出てくるのか？
まさか、あの事件は初めから一人の吸血鬼の仕業よ。この町を食い物にする新しい吸血鬼なんてやってこないし、ブローブだってあの事件には全く関係ないわ。
So she's saying it was someone else to begin with. Nani? Vlov was never connected?
関係ないって。
That's crazy.
それどういう意味だよ。
言った通りの意味だけど。もう仕切って切れるようでどこか抜けてるのね。いい？確かにブローブは吸血鬼だったけど、あいつは人の血を吸っていた？
吸っていたかって。
Yeah, he was biting down on those people. How do you explain that, genius? So that's it. How did I not notice something so obvious? The bodies left behind by the serial killer had been drained of blood, but they were otherwise unscathed. But Vlov was different. He burned his victims. He drank their blood, too. but training them was never his modus operandi. Hey, that's what MO stands for those that don't know. Come to think of it, the victims at the hotel weren't connected to the serial murders. They were treated as casualties of a fire. Which means Vlov must have not had any connection to the serial murders to begin with. Nani?
待ってくれ。じゃあ吸血殺人事件は
Wasn't he still zucking on that blood in the hotel and maybe some other place too? Or am I going... He was, right? We had CG and everything. I'm kind of confused. But sure.
一体どこの誰があんな真似をしてやがる。
No bodies left? But it was a real person, right? Oh. Oh, but okay. Well, okay, maybe he didn't leave bodies, but the thing is, he did suck some blood, though. And I think they just claimed that he didn't suck blood. So I guess they got that wrong or something? Even if he didn't leave bodies? Because he definitely sucked blood. Let's be real. He definitely did do it. I don't know what they were... unless I misread earlier. Who knows?
だからあの事件はブローブとは別の吸血鬼の仕業なの。私はその吸血鬼を殺すためにこの町にやってきた。
They claim he didn't leave bodies?
ブローブが来た。
Where's the log?
ちょっとあやふやになってきたわね。
I wanna see something. Yeah, Arquaid was asking, but did he drink blood? But yeah, like he did. So, is she oblivious? I'm confused. Like that was her asking the top question and then Shiki responding, right? So, she thought he didn't do it, but he did do it.
Myst sucked cock up.
Hey yo, what the hell, dude? I don't get it. But, I don't know. Weird. It's weird. Okay.
てっきり私を追いかけてきた一人かと思ったけど、ブローブにはそれだけの理性。
Maybe it's just phrased really
人社
weirdly
会
or
におけ
something.
る協調性はなかったみたいだし。
It's the pose.
ま、そのあたりはもういっか。ブローブは死んだんだし。
Indeed.
とにかく、ブローブとこの町に救っている吸血鬼は別物よ。ブローブは正真正銘、無関係の第三者。
Damn.
私、標的がブローブだなんて言わなかったでしょ？
Wow. I wish she told us all of this earlier, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, fair enough. Narrative tension and all that.
ブローブにとっての標的は私だったけど、
She probably should have said all of this from the beginning.
この町で通り魔と言われている吸血鬼だけよ。
Yeah, okay.
シキ、まさかとは思うけど、ものすごく
Okay, I want to protect my boy here. I feel like she's the problem here. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like, why didn't she just put her cards on the table in the first place when they allied? I think it's her fault. I want to defend my boy. I don't think it's his fault. It's understandable he's confused here, okay? If she had all the information, come on. You could have laid your cards on the table. Alright, I see how it is. I swallow nervously. Arquaid's right though. Come on, defend yourself. You couldn't have known. Come on. She said her goal was to kill the vampire, which I just assumed was Vlov. Yeah, but it's a safe assumption. Ain't no one gonna expect it. Okay, whatever. Ooh. If this was real life, I'd be kind of annoyed if I was him, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, fair enough. Okay. Has DST started? Yeah, we changed clocks again here in the EU.
無意味じゃないわ。シキは私の代わりに戦ってくれたんじゃない。ま、シキさえ私を殺さなかったら、その必要もなかったでしょうけど。
Is she still? I guess she's still annoyed by that thing too. But I mean, sure.
Never
fair,
assume
okay.
because you are making an ass of you and me.
No, that's not how any of this works. What are you guys saying? You guys are all crazy. I'm the only sane person here. Okay, whatever. The exhaustion hits me such that it feels like my knees will give out at any second. It was all pointless. Killing Vlov changed nothing in the end. There's still a vampire in town. And even if it was just for a split second, I tried to pin the blame on her. Again, partly her fault though, but yeah. You don't know the code? Yeah, sure, I don't. Shit. Disappointment and self-loathing swirl around in my head.
悪い。
Come on, calm down, dude.
しつこいけど、最後に確認させてくれ。ブローブは吸血鬼殺人には関係なくて、ここ1ヶ月街を騒がしているのは別の吸血鬼ってことだな。
うん、そういうこと。でも、これは私が済ませる問題だから、式は気にしないでいいよ。そんなことより、ねえ。
She looks up at me, a wide smile brimming across her face.
なんだよ。言っておくけど、ものすごく余裕がないぞ。俺。
Valid? My feelings are all over the place right now. Anything she says could knock me right off my feet.
ちょっとした疑問よ。二人でブローブを倒した時のこと。ねえ、なんで3分だったの？
Wasn't that when he was gonna like freeze to death or something?
なんでって何が？
Is she implying he could have taken it?
式、3分しか時間はないって言ってたじゃない。どうして3分なのか全然わからなくて。
Nani?
あのな、言っただろ。あそこは海の底みたいなものだって。だから3分しか無理だって言ったんだ。
海の底だと3分なの？
She dumb? I guess she can't see the human POV or something, or maybe there's more to this. That was a close one. If I was feeling like my usual self, I would have shot back with something snarky.
まあ、そうだよ。人間はお前みたいなのと違って、それぐらいしか水に潜っていられないの。
Clueless?
何よ。私だってちょっとは寒かったわ。海の底だって何時間も潜ってたら退屈だし。
Sure. I was chilly, she says. Meanwhile, I genuinely thought I was dead. Yeah, we are not the same.
いや、ちょっとめまいがして。気にしなくて、いや、気にしてくれ。
If anything, there's your thumbnail shot. How funny would that be?
実際海に潜ったら3分だって怪しいからな。人間はか弱いんだから、頑丈なお前と一緒にするな。
Imagine the part 10 thumbnail is not even a face, it's just legs. Not granny skirt. I'm not gonna lie, I prefer this. Sorry. I wave her off with one hand as I cradle my head with the other.
ま、今更言っても始まらないか。お前たちが化け物じみてるのは身に染みてるし。いえ、ブローブのことは俺がバカだった。それよりアルクエド。
Oh, her hands are, she's like shaking. I calm myself and begin to say something, but when I look up... Oh, where's the ears though? What's with that expression on her face?
アルクエド。
何よ、式の意地悪。
The teeth are back, but not enough to get the ears out too. Thumbnail time. I feel like it's... okay, I'll take it as a potential, but I feel like I just do too many Arcade thumbnails. But, you know, it's a good one though. She has a lot of good faces.
どうせ私は人間じゃないですよーだ。
True. She turns the other way in a huff and starts walking.
おい、ちょっと待て。
She got
どこ行
mad.
く気だよ。
Oh no.
人間な式には関係ない。ついてこないでよね。
Man, she really took it personally. She storms off without even a glance in my direction. She seems genuinely upset. Man, where is she going? I must have struck a nerve. Looking back, maybe I was being a little unfair.
いや、でも。
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that crash out wasn't the most valid one, but you know, sure. Did I? Considering how mad she is, I feel like I must have earned it. Like, really earned it. In fact, I kind of feel like an asshole. Bro, he doesn't stand up to himself enough, dude. It wasn't even that bad.
悪かった。今のは俺が悪かった。だから待て、止まれってば。
He's getting gaslit over here. I rush after the white silhouette in front of me. Not just because I feel guilty. In case she's forgotten, we still have important things to discuss. You don't understand women as of age? No, well, clearly not, apparently, but I feel like, yeah, my man, like, he got shafted a bit too, though. She walks through the night, full of purpose. Her golden hair flutters in the air. She looks the same as she did when I first laid eyes on her. The same as when she first faced Vlov amid all that collapsed rubble. Gone is the tenderness I felt a second ago. She has the air of a hunter stalking its prey, her movements now sharp and deliberate.
歩くエド。
She doesn't respond. She continues marching forward.
話を聞けって。どこに行くつもりだよ。
The white huntress doesn't stop. I can't back down. But I also can't manage to do anything else for now, so I follow behind her silently. We walk in complete silence, except for the sound of our footsteps. Until, that is, she comes to an abrupt halt and turns towards me.
ついてこないで。あなたみたいな普通の人間にいられると迷惑だってわからない。
Okay.
人間で悪かったな。何をしているのか教えてくれたら帰るよ。
式には関係ないからほっといて。
She trolls around and begins walking again. Well, damn. It looks like I'm getting the silent treatment again. Oof. Sucks for him. Oh, this is now kind of menacing. We leave the shopping district and come to an underpass when Arcade stops suddenly.
見つけた。
Hey, yo. Her voice is cold. She sounds like a completely different person. A shiver trickles down my spine. Even from behind, I can tell by her posture how ready she is to fight.
何を
Doing. I don't say it. I know exactly what she's doing without having to ask. A pure, unbridled hostility flows from her, freezing the air.
おい、何考えてるんだ、お前。
She doesn't answer. Her gaze is fixed on a perfectly normal-looking man in a suit. Oh.
式、メガネを外してあの人間を見てみなさい。
Whoa.
あの人間って、前にいるあの男。
早く、私が何をしているか知りたいのなら質問は後よ。
はあ、あんまり街中で見たくはないんだけど。
I remove my glasses. Bruh. My temples throb. In exchange for the pain, the lines running across the ground and walls come dimly into view.
確認しておくけど、あなたの線は生物の方がはっきり見える。
ああ、その方がより確かに見える。
でしょうね。あなたは生物だから鉱物の死を理解できない。形の上の摩耗というカテゴリーの結果は見えても、鉱物たちにとっての終わりは見えない。そのためには彼らと同じ視点、同じ価値観を得なくてはいけない。死を見るためには命を理解しないといけないから。それじゃあついでに聞くけど、今の式から見てあの人間はどんな感じ？
I don't see how he'd be any different. Oh my. I step back by reflex. What is that? Every human being has lines on them. Most only have a few, though, which gently trace their bodies in geometric patterns. But what the fuck is that? The lines are scrawled across his entire body, like bulging veins and arteries. The man's covered in them. I can't even see what he looks like under them at all. I want to throw up. He's backwards. That's not a person with lines. It's as if the lines themselves have assumed a human form.
式にはどう見える？私としては式には普通の人間に見えていてほしいんだけど。
Aware? I'm unable to give her an answer. It takes all my focus to not vomit.
そう。残念ね。式はあれにも死を見てしまっているなんて。
That?
あ、なんか普通とは違う。けど線は見えてる。
やっぱり死者さえ殺せるのね。
The dead?
命があるなしの問題さえ無関係。動いているもの、破壊できるものなら
I
例
guess
外
this is
なく
more
停止される。
exposition to depth perception as well.
何よ。本当の化け物はあなたの方じゃ。
That's interesting, actually. Assuming that means the dude is an undead, that he can still cut undead like that, even though they're technically not alive. As long as they function or something, I guess. But to be honest, since he can cut inanimate objects as well, I guess it's kind of the same thing there when you think about it, right? Just, you know, he can cut walls and, you know, anything basically. So maybe, I guess it makes sense.
式が見ている通り、あれはもう人間とは呼べないわ。死という負債を他人の血でごまかし続ける吸血鬼だから。
She quickens her pace. She makes a beeline for the unexceptional looking man. Remember she gave it the ghost what now?
おい、アルクエイド。
式はそこにいて。
The man disappears from sight, perhaps having become aware of Arquaid. Or to be precise, the thing leaped away with inhuman speed. He flees deeper into the safety of the darkness beneath the tracks. Arquaid is already nowhere to be seen. She's left the refuge of the rusted lights to follow the man into the darkness. I can feel my heartbeat in my ears. It's still early in the evening. A car passes by with its headlights blazing. A train rattles along overhead. Despite all this noise, I lose the sense of anyone around me. My glasses. I need to get my glasses back on now. If I don't, I'll see something far worse. Something so dark, so terrifying, it will make the things I've seen pale in comparison. But my body won't move. My eyes eagerly gaze into the darkness, as if drawn to the patchwork world that Arquaid has entered. Oh. I blink, and silence envelops me. The wind, even the smell of the earth. It's like everything has been frozen in place. Whoa. Screeching. Under the ice-cold moon, an eerie noise emanates from beyond the shadows. Grinding. I shouldn't be able to see anything. Or even hear. Squelching. But I did see it. My eyes catch a glimpse of the moment death meets death. My vision turns vermilion. How is it possible that these eyes see death even in pitch darkness? My glasses. If I don't get them on this minute, I think I'll lose it. Fighting off the urge to vomit, I slip on my glasses with trembling hands. Sheesh. Light and sound return. I steel myself and scan my surroundings, but find nothing out of place under the tracks. Nobody around. A couple cars, maybe, but it's still just a normal city at night. A pocket of civilization where humans can live, sheltered from danger. An oasis where no harm shall ever befall them. I have trouble breathing. Even with my glasses on, the creature's death lingers in my peripheral vision, making me sick. Oh. She wounded? Out of the darkness emerges Arquaid, her footsteps unsteady. She's breathing even harder than I am.
四季そっかまだ残ってたんだ
She averts her grimacing face and sways past me. Her steps seem weak and frail. To be honest, I still haven't gotten over my own nausea. But seeing her in such pain, that's now the least of my worries.
待てよ一体どうしたんだお前
I grab her shoulder as she tries to leave. She turns slowly, her eyes flat.
大丈夫よ少し疲れただけだから構わないで
Yeah, okay.
四季には全然関係がないんだから
バカ疲れているなら休め変に汗かいてるしどう見ても重症だぞ
I take hold of her arm as I try to control my own breathing.
何よそういう四季だって今にも倒れそうな顔してる
俺のはただの貧血いつものことだ人を気にしてる余裕があるなら自分の体も気遣えよ
いいのよどうせ気遣っても無駄なんだから
Her breathing is so weak it pains me to hear.
まさかお前あの時の傷
I can't finish the question. She got that wound protecting me. She casts her eyes downward, refusing to answer. That must be a yes.
もう何度言わせるんだこのバカそんな体でおとなしくできないのか
おとなしくしてるつもりなんだけどな
全然してない人間離れしてるからって治りきってないのに出歩く奴がいるか
This is making me realize just how angry I am. I can't let her do this. I can't abandon her, no matter how much trouble she is.
お前本当に何してんだよこら黙ってないで答えろ話してくれるまでお前から離れないからな
I grab her by the shoulders. Her eyes remain downcast, but she manages a slight nod.
割としつこいのねいいわそれじゃあ場所を変えましょうどのみちさっきのも外れだったみたいだし
She brushes away my hands and spins on her heel. We're not headed for the shopping district, it seems. Instead, she guides me toward the park. Nani? Dud? We arrive soon enough. Did her injuries heal on the way here? She appears to be back to her usual self.
あっさり元に戻ってるしもしかしてさっきは油断して傷を負ったとかいうオチじゃないだろうな
違うよ傷が治りかけなのは本当だってば
治りかけなのは本当だ本当じゃないことも言ったってことだよな
Roro.
何その言い方すっごくいやらしいんですけど
She can't.
お前の言動が怪しすぎるんだよ
True.
文句があるならさっき何をしてたのか話してみろ大方予想はついてるけど何をあんな痛がってたんだ
さてそれじゃあ式のお望み通り私が何をしていたかを話してあげましょう
Oh yeah? She's clearly doing this to change the topic. Then again, this is what I wanted to know. How she's feeling can wait for the time being.
じゃあ確認からさせてくれ。さっきのやつは吸血鬼の手足になってる死者だな。あれの大元がお前の本当の敵？
なんと、今度は話が早いのね、シキ。
そいつはどうも。俺だって少しは頭は回るからね。
良きかな良きかな。シキの可愛い勘違いはブローブのことだけってことね。
可愛いって言うな。仕方ないだろ。あの時は自分のことだけで手一杯だったんだから。
ふん。自分のことだけで手一杯ね。
How does he look dumb with glasses on? Hey, are you stereotyping people who wear glasses? But yeah, you're right. I'm very smart, clearly. Yes, true. True. Thank you for the unintended compliment.
ま、そういうことにしておいてあげましょう。
She twirls around like something's fun about all this and peers into my face. What's with her?
いいから話。さっきの男はもうとっくに死んでいたんだな。
そうよ。あれはあいつのしもべだから始末しただけ。下級の死者だったけど、それでも放っておくと人間を殺して力を蓄えられてしまうから。シキ、
Scary.
ホテルで話した吸血鬼の話、覚えてる？
Of course, I nod. The ecology of vampires. Castellans and the hierarchy of their subjects. Sires hunt and kill humans to turn them into their minions. They then hide away while those minions gather blood for them. Yo, Leon, how you doing? There's a lot of paid chat after they have gifted subs. I want to say that has nothing to do with it, but yeah, I don't know. Arcade also spoke about the differences between Castellans and the older type of vampires. Immortal, weak to the sun, the stereotypical vampire.
それはもう教えてもらった。じゃあ、お前の追っている敵とやらが殺人事件の吸血鬼で間違いないんだな。
ええ、間違いないわ。たとえあいつが手を下したのは最初の一人だけだとしても、そこから発生した死者たちの殺人は全部あいつの成果になる。だから。
さっきみたいに街を歩き回って吸血鬼のしもべを探していた。そうすれば親の居場所がわかるのか？
Makes sense.
強く親に結びついたしもべならね。けど今のところ外ればっかり。棺、敵の潜伏場所が見つからないのはそれだけ多くの死者を使っているからよ。
Unlucky.
あいつが自分の手を汚すのは数回だけ。あとは死者にした人間を操って自分は眠っているだけで領地を
Expand their domain. Nani? Funny.
この町の犠牲者は100人を超えている。あなたたちが騒いでいる犠牲者なんて人知れずいなくなった人間の一部分に過ぎないわ。
Hearing it all again makes my blood run cold. 2 days ago I had thought Vlov was the cause of all of this. And being able to channel all these emotions into killing him is what kept me sane. But this time is different. The murders continue. More than 100 victims attacked, drained of blood, and killed by former humans. But then they're robbed of their nest. They become walking corpses like that clump of lions, and are made to prowl the town for more victims. It was just 3 days ago. I recall the people annihilated at the hotel. Though I was there too, I wasn't able to witness their final moments. Except that one lady who was bitten in front of his eyes. That's why I can only imagine the butchery that took place that night. It's no different now. It's hard to fully accept the notion that there's a vampire out there thirsting for human blood, all for the sake of stretching the boundaries of its domain. But it does beg the question, how would I feel if, without the slightest warning, one of my loved ones was killed in such a horrific way. It's a morbid thing to consider, that's for sure, but I ponder it for a second. I picture Akiha having her blood drained and being tossed away like garbage. Breath hisses between my teeth as I try to rid myself of the vertigo gnawing at my brain. The very thought of that should enrage me, yet I feel strangely cold. Now's the time to think, not the time to let my emotions run rampant, I tell myself. The fact is, there is a very real possibility that this could come to pass as soon as tomorrow. It's pitiful that I never realized just how much danger we were in, but I can chastise myself for that later. I am the danger.
やっぱり怒ったわね、シキ。私があなたに話したくなかったのは、これは捕食される側。人間にとってどしがたいものだからよ。
Ouch.
シキにしてみれば、吸血鬼の行為は認められないものでしょうから。
Just what vampires do, man. She's right. Morality and correctness have nothing to do with this. I just can't accept what they do. Even if the victims were complete strangers to me, each of them had a past and a future to call their own, all of which were dashed in an instant. I may not know what those lives were like, but that doesn't make them cheap commodities to be used and discarded. I wouldn't want to die like that, at the whim of some creature. It's just too cruel. Cruel and wrong. It's all so meaningless.
でも安心していいよ、シキ。吸血鬼たちの天敵はこの国にはいないみたいだけど、今は私がちゃんといるんだから。
Well, that's a relief.
言ったでしょ？私の目的は町を犯している吸血鬼
So
を
wait,
退
what
治
the
する
hell
ことだ
are
って。
even vampires natural predators then? She mentioned, I guess they exist, but what the hell would they be then? What the... She brightens in a flash, a far cry from her attitude a moment ago. Oh, the church? I guess that would make sense. It's just kind of funny phrasing it like that. Honestly, her words make me feel a lot better. I know just how incredible she is, and how far she'll go to protect humans. She shielded us from Vlov's eyes without a thought for herself. But that also gives me pause. An obvious question I've had since even before the fight with Vlov.
それがわからない。アルクエイドだって吸血鬼なんだろ。どうしてそんな人間の味方みたいなことをするんだ。
Yeah, it is a bit odd.
私、別に人間の味方をしているわけじゃないよ。それ以外にやることがないからやってるだけだもの。
She's literally bored, dude. She just has nothing better to do?
ま、そんなことをやっているから狙われるんでしょうけど、そこはそれ、必要経費みたいなものかしら。
いや、お前の言いたいことはまるでわからないけど、その例えだけは間違ってるぞ。
Yeah.
まあまあ、細かいことは気にしないで。そんな引く手あまた、ヘイトいっぱいな私だったけど、シキがブローブを倒してくれたでしょ。これで障害は何もなくなったわ。
True.
あとはこの町に潜んでいる敵を見つけて、なんとか始末してみせるから。シキは今まで通り普通の生活に戻って、私たちなんかに関わらなくていいんだよ。
ああ、うん。そりゃ嬉しいけど。
Are you really sure you'll be okay on your own? The words form in the back of my mind, but I shake my head to send them away. SMH. Something must be wrong with me. Why should I care if she winds up getting herself into danger?
シキ？何よ、また難しい顔しちゃって。シキの聞きたい話ってこれで終わりでしょ？他には何もないと思うけど。
I mean, I have about 1,000 more questions, but right now...
バカ。そりゃ難しい顔ぐらいする。これは俺たちが住んでいる町の問題なんだから。
だから気にしなくていいんだって。 これからは毎日街を見て回って、もうこれ以上犠牲者は出さないようにするし。それとも、そんなに私の性能を信用できない？
I really don't want to get involved, but protecting this city, it should be the responsibility of someone who lives here, not hers.
アルクエイド、その、お前の言う敵は強いのか？あのブローブよりもっと。
まさか、ブローブはああ見えてもその一人よ。この町に救った吸血鬼は、ブローブより純度は落ちるわ。
そうか。ならお前がやられることは
Yeah,
ない。
surely it's gonna be a much easier case. Yeah, of course.
断言はできないわね。ちょっと前までの私なら問題なかったと思うけど、今の私は病み上がりだもの。敵の方が力をつけている可能性が高いわ。
Hold on just a second. I nodded along without really thinking about what she said. She is on the mend?
いやいや、風邪でもひいたのかお前。というか吸血鬼って風邪ひくのか？
ええ、とんでもなく野蛮な通り魔を一つね。
Yeah, I thought she still meant recovering from that. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. Also, I think that's a new expression. Nice.
塔の式っていう名前の悪質なウイルスなんだけど、ご存知かしら？
Yeah, perhaps.
ああ、いや、それはその。
How did he not connect the dots? That's crazy. Like, it was obvious what she was talking about. Because it's been the thing in this entire time. Pretty sure I just kicked the hornet's nest. Yeah, your brain's just shut down, bro.
ちょうだい
And I
よ。
was defending you
式
earlier.
の傷はもう治ってるわ。ただちょっと治すのに想定以上の力を使って疲れてるだけ。
Really, now? So, her getting slashed to pieces is now fully recovered? I don't know, I guess. Maybe she's just saying that.
痛いのはブローブから受けた傷の方。こっちはまだ外を塞いでいるだけだから。
Uh-huh. I mean, that was a nasty one, too. She touches her stomach lightly. I'm responsible for that wound, too. She only got it because she protected me. I'm at a loss. All of her pain has been my fault. So then why? Why doesn't she hold even the slightest grudge? How can she smile at me so innocently?
やめろよ。せめて傷が治るまでどこかで休んでればいいじゃないか。今さら1日や2日休んだって変わらないだろ。
It's funny because they literally got a room earlier in the story, voice. Like an actual hotel room.
ダメよ。ブローブと戦ったことで敵も私が来たことに気づいているはずだもの。休んだりしたらそれこそ私が弱っていると知らせるようなものだわ。
だからって今夜みたいな真似を続けていくのか？
ええ、敵の居場所がわからない以上、あいつに血を送っている死者を片っ端から潰していくしかない。そうして血の供給源を断てば本体が直に血を吸いに現れる。
それがもし明日だったらどうするんだ？弱っているのを隠したところでそんな体じゃ逆に殺されるようなものなんだろう。なら
I stopped short of telling her to not push herself and stare at my feet. Arquette is right. If she shows even a hint of weakness, the vampire will come to kill her regardless. These last 2 days have taught me something. When it comes to fighting, she can be brutal to the core. Rather than avoiding personal injury, her strategy is all about finding a surefire way to take down her enemy. She prioritizes her objective above all else. She doesn't force herself into believing anything but the truth. She isn't going to stop. I won't get another chance to talk with her like this if I let her go. She's not scared of death. So why'd she have to smile like that? If I could have just not seen that smile, If she just acted more like a vampire, I wouldn't feel like this. My bro got charmed.
どうしたのシキ？体震わせちゃって、もしかしてトイレ？
お前ってやつはどうしてそう。
She's so carefree about all this. I lift my head. In front of me stands the woman in white. I can't pretend like none of this happened. I don't know what this feeling is, but I know I can't forget the 2 days we've spent together. That's why, if I leave her now, only for her to wind up dead tomorrow, I could never forgive myself.
勘弁してくれ。ただでさえ両目が壊れてるのに、頭まで壊れかけてる。
Yo, Dragon, how you doing? I don't want to deal with vampires anymore. The fight with Vlov flashes through my mind. Terror still lingers in my bones, enough to send a chill up my spine. It's the same now. This other vampire is supposed to be strong too. There's no need for me to involve myself. Arcade says she can handle it, so I should just leave it to her. And yet, even though I know that's the logical thing to do, I can't let her do this alone.
ああ、もうどうかしちまったのか、俺は。
I kick at the ground. More than anything, I'm pissed off at just how illogical I'm being.
何？どうしたのシキ？いきなり怒り出しちゃって。
そりゃ怒りたくもなる。なんだって俺はあんな目にあったっていうのに、こんなたわごとを口にしようとしているのかって。
He just can't help himself, man. The idea of what I'm about to utter makes me dizzy. If I had a mirror in front of me, I'd give my reflection a smack in the face.
落ち着いて。普通じゃないわよ、あなた。
なあ、普通じゃないさ。普通じゃなかったらこんなこととても口にはできないだろう。
Wow. Cursing to myself, I scratch at my head like I could drag the words right out. As much as I don't want to believe it, I've already decided. I said as much, didn't I?
もう全然わかんない。ちゃんと説明しなさい。さっきからこんなことって何がこんなことだって言うの？
だからお前の体が治りきるまで手伝ってやるって、そう言いたいんだよ、俺は。
She looks taken aback. I finally got it out, in a way. Now that I've actually said the words, I start to calm down.
シキ、今の本当？
Ooh. I groan. Even I still can't believe what I just said.
私、ちょっと聞き損ねちゃった。お願いだからもう一度言って。
Wow. Another groan. But it's too late to go back now. I stopped being able to lie to myself the second I said it.
早く。私、今のセリフもう一度聞きたい。
She urges me with a voice close to a whisper. Averting my gaze from her beaming face, I try my best to sound angry.
だからアルケイドが弱ってるのは俺の責任だし、街にはびこってる化け物を放っておけないし。
This is basically a pseudo confession scene as well when you think about it, right? Wow.
弱っているお前一人じゃ頼りないから、俺でよかったら手伝ってやる。
This is totally like a confession, dude.
シキ。
Whoa, did you hear that tone? That was crazy. Let's get a replay of that. Alright, to do the next line. It still doesn't let me. Where's the thing? Whatever. Her eyes practically sparkle. She grabs my hand happily and shakes it up and down.
まあ、俺じゃ大した役には立たないだろうけど、いないよりはマシだろ。
And there it is. Oh, but I can't replay it. I would have to jump there. Nah, it's fine.
シキが手伝ってくれるなら怖いものなんて何もないんだから。
She continues, giving my hand a vigorous shaking. Considering her ridiculous strength, I'm honestly afraid my arm will come out of its socket before long, but I can't bring myself to stop her. How do I put it? She looks so happy. Honestly, truly happy. Seeing that, it makes me feel like maybe I've made the right choice after all, despite how insane it sounds. Wow. That was kinda sweet. Sheesh. Alright. By the time Arquid finally releases me from our handshake, it's almost 9. My head hurts thinking about what will happen once I get home, but that won't be for a while, now that I've decided to lend my support. We've got a vampire hunt to plan.
それでこれからどうするんだ。やっぱり街を歩いて死者を探すのか。
そうね。この町にいる死者を全滅させれば親元の吸血鬼は出てこざるを得なくなるでしょうし、今はそれぐらいしか手はないけど。
Is that okay with you? Her eyes ask.
いいも何も俺はアルクエイドに付き合うだけだ。餅は餅屋って言うし専門家に従うよ。
And just as I say it, she looks at me with a wide grin on her face.
なんだよ。おかしなこと言ったか俺。
シキ、やけに素直だなって。
Damn, Ro is like a dog. Maybe I should start acting a little tougher. I have a feeling she'll be asking crazy stuff of me if I don't draw the line somewhere.
行くぞ。街を回ればいいんだろ。さっきの高架線下とかもう一度調べてみるか。
あの区域はもういいわ。死者は互いに食い合わないよう、犠牲者の数を一区間に集中させないよう、それぞれ活動ルートを定めているの。一晩に食事をさせる死者の数は決まっている。今夜はさっきので打ち止めだと思うけど、せっかく式がいるんだし、もうちょっと探索してみましょうか。
互いに食い合わないようにか。本格的に統率されてるんだな。もっと無差別なものかと思った。
親元の吸血鬼にしてみれば、血液の採集は娯楽じゃなくて生存するための必要作業、仕事だもの。ルーチンワークを良しとするのよ。
貴重な労働力ってわけか。でもそれだと向こうも手を打ってこないか。アルクエイドが数を減らしているんだから、ここから先は増員させるか、あるいは死者を引っ込めて姿を隠すとか。
基本的には出し渋る方でしょうね。けど吸血鬼である以上、どうしても他者から血や精を搾取しないと生存していられない。親元は私に狙われていると分かっていても、最低限の食料を得るために死者を出すしかないってわけ。
I get it. She wants to starve them out. It would be nearly impossible to find our target just by looking. So we'll have to flush them into the open. We'll cut off all their other options and give them no choice but to go out and hunt for themselves. Once they make their move, Arquid will be able to sense them. And that's when the real hunt begins. We're gonna stop this at the source, just like with Vlov.
状況は分かった。とにかく夜になったら街を歩き回ってまだ活動している死者を見つければいいんだな。
ええ。それでシキ、あなたにはメガネを外してついてきてほしいんだけど、いい？
メガネを外してってなんで？
その方が確実だから。
True.
私は人間と人間じゃないものの気配を感じ取れる。 あなたは聖者と死者の違いが視覚情報として読み取れる。索敵方法は大いに越したことはないでしょ。
Her explanation makes sense. Plus, I'm the one who agreed to help, so there's no reason for me to decline. I just don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
あなたの体に大きく負担をかけることになるでしょうね。でもいい機会だからもう一度だけ確認したいの。士気が大丈夫だと判断するのならメガネを外してついてきて。
No. Test? She wants me to walk around town without my glasses, huh? In the 7 years I got these glasses, I've never once tried to do that before. Looking at inanimate objects is enough to give me a headache, so it's not hard to imagine what strolling through a town with my eyes exposed to what would do to me. But even so, it's okay. One little headache won't kill me. Clueless? Besides, a headache is nothing compared to what she has to deal with right now.
いいよ。メガネを外してついていく。それで型がつくって言うんなら安いもんだ。
そうなら行きましょう。
I take a deep breath, remove my glasses, and set off into town. Bro's about to die. Oh my. That looks pretty rough. Arkut and I walk side by side through the crowds. It's the first time since I was hospitalized that I've walked around like this, with the lines in full view. I don't feel any dizziness as of yet. Simply seeing them doesn't give me too much of a headache. But while I can look at the thin lines on the buildings just fine, every glimpse of the lines tracing the people we pass makes me feel sick. Disgust surges within me. It's not the sight of their line-covered bodies that make me feel this way. It's the unwelcome knowledge that humans can die so easily that forces bile up my throat. We continue our search. She takes each step confidently, never saying a word. We spent around 2 hours checking prominent places close to the station. But in the end, we don't find anyone resembling that clump of lines from earlier. Damn, rip. Bad day for zombies, huh?
シキ、メガネをかけていいわ。やっぱりもう今夜の死者はいないみたい。
I put on my glasses. My vision returns to normal, and I breathe a sigh of long-awaited relief.
そんな簡単に見切りをつけていいのか。まだ1回しか街を見回ってないけど。
一度見回れば十分よ。気配っていうのはね、多少はその場所に残留するものなの。でも街には死者の気配がどこにもなかった。食料を調達する死者はさっきので最後だったのかも。ここからはもう一段階上の死者を潰していくわ。
不機嫌そうだな、アルクエイド。
当然でしょ。せっかくシキがいてくれるのに空振りなんだもの。ああ。かっこいいとこ見せようと思ったの。
She wanted to flex a little bit. Too bad. Can't say I expected that to be the reason.
まあ、俺は無駄骨でも気にしないけど、そんなにご不満なら、もう一度街を回っても構わないぞ。
Damn, he just wants to spend more time with her. I see how it is. Alright.
俺も今度は意識を集中してみる。もしかしたら何か見つけられるかもしれない。
ダメよ。今夜はこれ以上あなたに無理はさせられない。
無理って別に俺は無理なんか。
してるのよ。シキ本人は気がついてないだけ。 今だって顔色すごく青いし。ほら、ベンチに座って、少しは楽になるんでしょ？
She guides, or rather pushes me down onto the bench. Truthfully, I'm about ready to throw up, so I'll take a seat for a bit. The relief is such that I accidentally let out a sigh. All the tension I bottled up was released the moment I sat down. I guess I really was pushing myself too hard.
ありがとう。助かった。でも、これぐらい今までの頭痛に比べたら軽度だぞ。意識を保っていられないめまいに比べれば危ないこともないんだし。
My nausea will fade if I breathe in the fresh night air. Next to her wound, this is nothing. She doesn't need to worry so much about Arcade?
弱い生き物のくせに無理はしないで。失神しなければ軽度？それは間違いよ。あなたの目に軽いも重いもない。
Kinda true.
あまり見えないものを見ようとしないで。そんなに脳を酷使したら廃人になりかねないわ。
廃人って誰が？
あなたがよ。どうしてそんなに危機感がないの？こんな希少な魔眼持ちなのに平和主義者とか美味しい獲物にも程があるし。よく今まで生きてこられたわね。ひょいってつまんで食べられるわよ、普通。
True. Actually very true. Where on earth would that be normal? And hey, I'd appreciate it if she gave the nations of the world a little credit, even if she wants to call us complacent. It's kind of amazing that law and order prevails as much as it does.
わかった。あんまり言いたくなかったけど、ちゃんと説明してあげる。
Oh my god, is that a wild gent in the chat? No, that's a name I haven't seen in God knows how long. How you doing, bro?
いい？四季は生物の死は見やすくて、鉱物の死は見にくいって言ってたでしょ？それはね、結局はあなたの脳の回線の問題なの。物の死、その因果を見るということは、実際は見ているではなく、読んでいるという意味合いに近いわ。
In almost 2 years, yeah, it sounds about right. True. How's life?
すべての事象には大元になった原因、絶対の一がある。この宇宙の始まりにしておしまいの地点。
Whoa.
そこにはすべてを記録したものがある。記録というよりはあるものだから、情報とは呼べない。ただあるだけ。それ自体に意思はないし、方向性もありえない。原因を垂れ流しているだけの根源の渦みたいなものね。
The lore, oh my.
この世界にあるものは、その渦から流れ、派生して、今の形に行き着いたわ。私も四季も、吸血種も人間も、元はそこから始まった原子に過ぎない。もう離れすぎ、複雑になりすぎてしまって、原因である始まりに戻ることはできないけど、とにかくそういった位置があるのはわかるでしょ？でもね、たとえどんなに大元からかけ離れた形になっても、派生した存在である以上、とても細い線だけど糸はつながっているのよ。すべての根源、すべての始まりと終わりを記録したレコード。
There it is. I feel like this one line is like, yeah, there's Nasu versus Type Moon in a nutshell. It always comes down to the root.
それとつながっているものは、
It's the
物事
thing,
の終わりを知ってい
Pog.
ることになる。高等動物の脳は受信と送信を司る機能なんだけど、大抵の人間はその回線が自分に対してのみで閉じてしまっている。けど、中には潜在的に回線が開いている人間もいる。何の魔術回路も利用せず、超越種でさえないのに、超常現象
Any
を可能とす
magicians
る
in
人
the
間。
chat?
これをね、魔術師たちは超能力者って区分している。人間でありながら、生まれついて何らかの魔術回路そのものという
Magic
突然変異
circuits
体。
mentioned too. Hey, yo, we're getting all the terms.
例えば何の神秘も学んでいないのに、 物の死を見てしまう人間とかね。
Yeah, I wonder who she's talking about, clueless. Sorry, Arquaid. I appreciate you explaining all this to me, but my brain barely understood a word. When you try to explain like how things work to someone who's not into Type Moon.
いいわよ、式は理解なんかしなくて。言っておきたいのは、あんまり見えにくいものを自分から見ようとしちゃダメってこと。
Well, it's a very roundabout way of saying this, but I guess it's, drives the point.
私は見えないから断言はできないけど、式が見てしまってるものは線だけじゃないはずよ。あなたには線の他に、その起点である点も見えているんじゃない？
It's exactly as she says. Sometimes when I strain my eyes, the lines seem to form a single point. I saw something like that at that last moment with Vlov. Now that I think back, it wasn't just with him. The shock may have shut my brain off from reality, but I know they were there.
そうだ。あの時、お前を殺した時も確かに点が見えてた。何個もあって、線は点と点を結ぶように流れてた。
Like blood vessels, maybe? If the lines are blood vessels, then the points are whatever brings them forth.
物の死にやすい線とその死。なんでしょうね、それ。式はその気になれば鉱物の死を見ることだって可能だと思う。けどそのために脳が生物の範疇から鉱物の範疇に回線を開いて、鉱物の死を知ろうとしてしまう。それは本来ありえない運動よ。脳は過負荷を起こして、式は間違いなく使い物にならなくなる。
Past the point of no return, huh?
それは、この目が死を見なくなってくれるってこと。
まさか。ねえ、式。無茶をしてオーバーブローしたエンジンはどうなるのかしら。
Oh no.
そりゃジャンク行きだろ。一度でも焼き付いたエンジンは二度と使い物にならない。
Ah, I see. The headaches I get when I see death are cries of an engine overheating.
わかった。ただ見えているだけなら問題はないでしょうけど、見えないものを見ようとするのだけはやめて。せいぜい血管が破裂して脳に負荷がかかるぐらいに留めておきなさい。その先に踏み込んだら
You'll become a
生きながら
vegetable,
にして石にな
dude.
るなんて末路になりかねない。そのメガネを作ってくれた魔術師には感謝しないとね。
No kidding.
大抵の超能力者は自分の力がどんなに危険なものか知らずに使用して自分から廃人になってしまうから。まあ人間でありながら人間の社会では生きられない存在的不適合者だから、その方が幸せなのかもしれないけど。
どうやらそれが
Indeed.
私がここに来た理由のようだし、私が君を以前の生活に戻してあげる。
That's what Master told me when she made these glasses. I owe her so much it hurts to think about. That day she saved me in more ways than one. I wouldn't be here without her.
ところで
Whoa.
うわ
She's like, but enough of that. This is not Bahoyoru. It's my route. Hello, I'm here. Arquaid materializes right in my face as I'm in the middle of ruminating. This isn't good for my heart. I wish she'd let me have a moment, considering what we just talked about.
なんだよ。メガネならもう渡さないぞ。
そうじゃなくて、これからどうする？もう死者は出てきそうにないし、今夜はここでお別れにする？
Damn. Date is over. It's 11 o'clock. My curfew was ages ago. Bro, he's gonna get spanked every fucking day. This is insane. Oh. There's a choice, huh? Interesting. Let's see, I'll talk with Arkwright a little longer or head home for tonight. I mean, he's already late, so frick it. Spend more time, I guess. Why not? He wants to do it anyway. I'll talk with Arkwright a little longer. There's still so much I don't understand, despite already having decided to help hunt this vampire.
いや、まだ吐き気が収まらないし、落ち着くまでここにいるよ。その間、お前に聞きたいこともあるし。町の巡回は無理でも、それぐらいならいいだろ
う。そう私はいいけど、四季はいいの？人間って夜は眠くなるんでしょ？
別にいいよ。もともと眠るのは苦手だし。
Relatable to a lot of people, probably.
苦手ってことは
I was also robbed of 1 hour of sleep this last night because of DST changing again. Great. It's not like I wanted to sleep more anyway.
いや、寝つきはいい。単に好きじゃないってこと。
うん。
ふん。夢は見ないの？
Dream? I'm not sure how to answer that.
とにかく0時までは付き合う。
うん。
そっちが話ずくめで疲れてるならこのまま帰るけど。
Oh wow, that's pretty brutal, Railgun.
全然疲れてない。
Woo. That's kind of a pog face too.
むしろ全力で受けて立つわ。
Wow, she's really excited for it.
そうなんだ。元気があって羨ましいけど、勢い余って暴れ出すなよ。地面。
そんな無駄なことするわけないし。もう、四季は私のことなんだと思ってるの？なんか誤解してない？
Clueless?
大丈夫。そこは完璧ブレてない。アルクエイドのことは手加減のできないやりすぎ吸血鬼だと思ってる。
Time to barrage her with questions. What do I want to know about? Oh, another follow-up choice, and this time a triple. Oh, baby, a triple. Vampires in as much detail as possible. What are the 27 ancestors? Oh, you can't pick the middle one! Well, that's evil, bro. Also, third is her battle attire when we fought Vlov. Why would... Dude, that's such a blue balls moment. Let's ask about the clothing. We already got a vampire's crash course. I would have picked the middle, but I can't. So hey, what's up with that sweet outfit you had? Okay. What's with the music? Whoa. There's a good chance to ask. No, the best chance. And I've actually been insanely curious about it.
ブローブと戦っていた時に着てた服見せて。
Oh, he not only wants to ask about it, he wants to see it again. Ayo. Yep. I had a feeling she'd look at me like that. But I can't get that image out of my head.
あの時は遠くにいたからよく見えなくて。なんか今と違う服装になってなかった？
With all of my being, I muster a tone suggesting simple scientific curiosity. If she thinks I have ulterior motives, that's on her. Oh yeah, okay, buddy.
ああ、ブローブ対策で表面を変えていた時のこと？疲れるからやりたくないんだけど、レシピはまだ残してるから。
Recipe? That's a weird term for it. Whoa, she can just do it like that. Whoa. Thumbnail?
はい、これでいいの？
Wow. All good, she asks. As if the sight before me wasn't positively breathtaking. Okay, dude. That's on her, he says. I think not, dude. There stands her beautiful flowing form. Soft gloves envelop her arms in a silken embrace. The shoulders are open, revealing gorgeous, immaculate skin. So this is what it's like to be at a total loss for words. Wow, dude. a good time to return to FGO? I feel like if you want to play FGO, any time is always good to return. Like, it's more or less always the same, I would say. So if you're feeling for it, you can try. See how it feels like. Achingly beautiful is the only phrase that comes to mind to describe the alabaster vision. What was that noise he just made? An incomprehensible groan of admiration escapes from my lips. Is it really of admiration or something else? I don't know about that, man. That sounded like something else. It's hard to believe the thing before me is the same vampire who's caused me nothing but trouble today. I wonder if she wouldn't come back to the mansion wearing that. That would certainly be something to see. Oh, hell no.
これ私の選択ミスだからあんまり好きじゃないんだけど。
She chose it by mistake. How does that even work?
月見原を
Hey, yo.
パドルパドル
Panzani's typing Genti a sub. Hey, big welcome back to the Gao gang. It's been a while, but hey, thank you so much. I think that's the first sub of the day as well. Thank you, thank you.
ブローブの原理が寒さだと見抜いていればもっとあったかいイメージで固めてたわ。
Now that she mentions it, the air does feel colder around her. It almost looks as if glimmering crystals of ice are swirling in the air.
そっか、耐熱仕様なんだもんな。そりゃ冷房機能もついてるか。
そう、くれぐれも触らないでね。触れると四季も凍っちゃうから。これは私自身の守りじゃなくて、ブローブに組みついた時、炎を消すために作ったものよ。
Yeah, it kind of backfired. The best defense is a good offense, huh? How very like her. Still, and I hate to admit this, she really is a princess, dude.
もう、何よ難しそうな顔して。もしかして四季、私の失敗を見て楽しいの？
そんなわけあるか。これが失敗なら世の中の9割は失敗だ。普段からこの格好はダメだよな。
He really likes it, dude. He's like, hey, you should wear this all the time. For no particular reason.
第一、他のやつに見せるなんてとんでもない。
Wow. Wow, dude. Okay. Be more subtle about it, you MF. Oh my god. He wants it just for himself.
そうじゃあ気に入ったってこと？
You'll catch the blush, though. There's a thumbnail shot for you. Surely. Yeah, I guess he's. I guess you can call this Riz too. Let's take that one. The realization of what I've just said crashes over me like a wave. Because of the sight in front of me, I failed to stop myself from saying something so stupid.
まあそれなりに一緒に戦うとき
Gooner
お前がいろ
thumbnails
いろでき
only?
ると
I
頼
mean,
り
they're
に
the
なるな。
best kind, right? Come on. Something, anything to salvage this. Oh yeah, speaking of Gooner stuff, my YouTube community warning is finally expiring, I think next week. Because of that stupid Azure Lane video that got me flagged. It's always 3 months when you get one. So it's like the 4th of April or something, and I finally get rid of it. Goddamn Azure Lane. It seems she's happy to be a big help.
もちろん私基本的に万能だから。殺すことしか脳のない式を最大限にサポートするね。
I mean, they both did, Panzani. That's the funny part. Maybe I went a little too far. Now I'm pretty sure she intends to launch me at our enemies like a tennis ball. Honestly, it may be my fault for coming up with such a crazy plan when we fought Vlov.
ところでその服名前とかあるのか？
名前？そんなのいちいち決めないけど。
I bet he would love to name that.
ドレスコード
Post the diamond in
そうね
video. Ah, hell no.
氷河をまとうかな。そういうイメージで作ったわ。
Mm.
じゃあブローブの力を見抜いていたら、
キラーウェアをイメージしていたでしょうね。あそこは今も活動している火山
A
だから。
volcano, huh? Admittedly, I would love to see her in a Hawaiian style. Yeah, I bet you would. I bet you would love to see everything. Good face.
ねえ、そろそろ着替えていい？力無駄に使いたくないし。
Well, I may be sad to see the dress go. I have no grounds to stop her. I tell her it's fine, trying to keep my composure all the while. A more compelling question comes to mind.
なあ、ブローブとの戦闘服がなんでドレスなんだ。社交界に行くわけでもあるまいし。
I guess that's true. But hey, it's anime, so it's fine.
社交界ってそういうものでしょ？
Honestly, true.
なるほど。
Apparently, vampire big shots spend all their time at each other's throats. Same goes for humans, let's be real. Well, that was a cute little moment we had just had. You just take a picture, true. Put that gacha game off in your phone and take a picture instead. The hands of the clock have reached their zenith. While we were talking, midnight snuck upon us.
もう日付が変わっちゃうね。もったいないけど、そろそろ休んでもらわ
And
ない
it's
と。
time for his spanking still. At home.
俺ならまだ元気だけど。
それは四季がそう思ってるだけよ。今夜はここでお別れにしましょう。どうせまた明日には会えるんだから。
Well, the zombie hunt continues. She begins moving away with a little dance step, still looking my way.
明日って、ちょっと待て。待ち合わせ場所とかどう
Yeah, you
する
should
んだよ。
probably mention
おい
that. Wait, does that mean she intends to pick him up at the mansion? Oh no. Or maybe at the school?
ここでいいよ。時間は10時頃がちょうどいいかな。
Or just say that. That works.
おやすみなさい、四季。また明日、ここでね。
Well, he can sleep happy. There's no stopping her. After offering a cheerful wave, she departs.
No.
The mind wants to complain, but the heart just isn't in it. She may be trouble, but even more than that, she's cute!
なんだよ、今の顔。
Wow, healthy young man intensifies. She's dangerous. How could I ever miss our plans if she's gonna look at me like that? Wow. Hey yo, Paul, hey yo. Alright. Time for a spanking. I make it back to the mansion. Not a single light brightens the building. The door isn't locked.
翡翠、ちゃんと開けててくれたんだ。
I let out a grateful sigh. So as not to wake anyone, I end up tiptoeing to my room. Maybe spanking will wait until the morning. Another sigh, this time from relief, escapes as I settle onto the bed. Arquid was right. My body is thoroughly exhausted. It feels like the mattress is sucking me in. Hey yo. Still lying down, I let out a massive breath. Again, I'm working with Arquid. Fate just keeps dragging me back into her blast radius. Fate, you say?
でも仕方ないじゃないか。放っておけなかったんだから。
I think he could, but I think he's starting to realize also that it's also himself who really wants this. Or maybe I don't want to. Exactly. There it is. He realizes that it's not even about like protecting the city necessarily. He just wants to be with her. Aw. Maybe I'm drawn to her, to all her beauty and all her inhumanity. How stupid of me. I've already killed once with these hands, so what am I losing my mind over? The whole reason I'm even touching this vampire hunting business is for the city I call home. I don't want to die, so I have to help out.
そうだ。それ以外、何がある?
Yo, Martland, how you doing? Also, hello, Raki, good morning. Oh, you used my Jinako, nice, very cool. I close my eyes. Glasses off. Sleep takes me over, a giant hand pulling my body and my consciousness into a deep darkness. Whatever happens, I'll be fighting alongside her again. Right now, I should just get ready for tomorrow. Was this a two-parter day as well? I think it was, right? Spanking in the morning. Yeah, there you go. Day concludes. Semi-peaceful. Oh yeah, this is the one titled Mystic Eyes of Depth Perception, Day 8, Part 2 of that. Well, making that progress. This would be a good checkpoint, but again, we're just gonna keep going because we still have a good chunk of time before AC. So it probably means we're gonna have to pause at some kind of a weird point, but we'll try and find some good spot. Also, wait, it's playing the main theme. That piano. The estate was our playground back then. Is this a dream, maybe? Or just a flashback, or both? A forest as deep and vast as the ocean. A house that looked more like a castle. Each day a new adventure would unfold in our kingdom. There was so much to explore. We could do more since we missed it last week. True. But I'm kind of vibing this. Caught. Every day was fun. We had no idea that we'd ever grow up. Doing the same things day in and day out, but never getting bored. We were just children, playing and yelling like puppies. We got along well. We were regular partners in crime. Akiha was always there when I looked for her. I would wave at her, and she'd get all embarrassed and hide. Yeah, the same as always. The estate was our playground back then. A forest as deep and vast as the ocean. A house that looked more like a castle. Each day a new adventure would unfold in our closed little world. There was so much to explore. Repeat. He really wants to cling to that, huh? Wakey, wakey. I wake from a peaceful slumber. The morning light pulled me from my deep sleep. My dream. I feel like I dreamed of something from a long time ago. Get those glasses on. Those horrendous things assault my vision when I open my eyes. My head feels like it's gonna split open at the temples. It's a clear day. The sun bathes the garden in such a vivid light that I can even spot it from my bedroom. Rays of achingly bright sunlight illuminate every nook and cranny of my surroundings. My glasses. I try to extend my hand to take them from bedside my pillow, but I notice something strange. There's no sensation in my arms or legs. I can clearly think of what I want them to do, but the signal doesn't seem to reach. It's like I've got locked-in syndrome. Hey, yo. What's happening with my boy? I suffer the time in silence, unable to even close my eyelids. The sunlight begins to soften. Feeling returns to my arms and legs. Taking a deep breath, I finally manage to get my glasses to seal away that sight. That was a bit weird. Exhaling, I free myself from the bed's confines at last. That was nothing of note. It happened all the time during my stay in the hospital. Whenever I was exhausted, my vision would go blurry and my limbs would become paralyzed. My appetite would totally disappear too. It's like me when I got COVID. Can't taste. This is just what happens if I spend too much time looking at things with my naked eyes.
けど今のは
I think I could see them more clearly than I used to. The lines on buildings have always seemed thin to me. It's rare for them to be that distinct. What was once just a lingering headache now feels like I took a bullet to the brain. You. I remember what Master once told me. She said my eyes could end up attracting unpleasant things. Arquette also said not to use my eyes too much. But that doing so would destroy my mind. This is what I get for involving myself with vampires. Not only do I have to face danger when I fight them, but now I've invited danger into my everyday life. Though there's no use dwelling on it, I knew this was gonna happen when I decided to help her.
そうだよな。これぐらいどうってことない。
Sitting around and doing nothing wouldn't be productive anyway. There's no stopping until Soya is free of vampires. I'm only helping her because I want to protect Akiha and the people I care about. Yeah, I can think there's starting to be more to that though, but yeah, fair.
よし。
I quickly get out of bed, trying to clear my head of any unpleasant thoughts. I should get changed and thank Hisui for last... uh-oh.
あれ
Come to think of it, Hisui isn't here. It's a little after 7. She would usually be here to wake me up.
寝坊したのかな翡翠。
But my theory is swiftly rebuked when I notice there's a change of clothes prepared on my desk. Maybe she had something more important to do. I'm curious about what might have diverted her attention, but it's really none of my business. There's not much time to spare, so I'll just get into my uniform and head downstairs. They're all gonna be there, spanking him in turns. Oh. Oh, I knew it! Oh no. Oh wait, was that just a flashback? Okay, never mind, she's not actually there. Memories of yesterday's events hit me the moment I opened the door. Sometimes I amaze even myself. The fact that I managed to forget all about something as disastrous as yesterday has me genuinely concerned for my own well-being. Though worries about my mental health can wait until after surviving what comes next. Yeah, bro, you got bigger problems right now. I stand there at the open door, frozen like a sculpture and unable to venture inside. Meanwhile, in the parlor, Akiha is seated on the sofa, just like she was last night. Oh. Kohaku is standing behind her as usual. Up until now, Akiha has always greeted me with a "Good morning, Shiki." But today she won't even look in my direction. Needless to say, this is all because I left last night without explaining anything about Arquette. Almost look like she's just lounging, but animosity is radiating from her every pore. He's so dead, dude. You could cut the tension with a knife.
おはようございます、シキさん。
Yo, it's Kohaku though. Ayaya.
朝ごはんの前にお茶にいたしますか？
Guess Kohaku doesn't have to worry about any of this.
おはよう琥珀さん。お茶はまた落ち着いた時に。
I return her greeting and enter the parlor properly. Akiha side-eyes me as I timidly cross the room. Can't let myself cave to her silent intimidation. It's times like these when a person's resourcefulness is truly put to the test. I should... Oh, it's a choice. Uh-oh. That's bad. Greet her with plenty of cheer. Just say hi already. Apologize immediately. I feel like they're all kind of doomed anyway. Greet, I guess. Let's see. First things first, I have to do something about the energy in this room. At this point, I don't think I'll get anywhere with my usual attitude. It's time to try something new.
グモニー。いい朝だね、アキハ。
Good morning. I pair my greeting with a light-hearted chuckle. She's not amused by the English. Abort! Abort! Her glare is only intensified. Tough crowd, huh? Yeah, it's like you guys when I tell jokes. Come on. They're funny, though. I'm gonna get a hernia if this goes on any longer.
では、おじいさんは朝食を食べに食堂へ。
Dude, he sounds like he's about to, like, die. I turn on my heel to make for the door, but just as I do...
兄さん。
Things you don't want to hear right now? Her positively glacial voice stops me dead in my tracks.
食事の前に話があります。
Oh no.
どうぞ、ソファーに座ってください。
And I thought vampires were the most deadly thing in this story. Her tone makes it apparent that resistance is futile. I've dug my own grave, and I do believe this may be my last day on Earth. Now that flight is off the table, my only position is to fight.
わかった。できる限り手短に頼む。
I quietly sit down on the sofa across from Akiha. Kohaku prepares a cup of tea for me as I do. She's giving me off a positive vibe that helps cheer me on just a tad. Of course, Akiha may be the head of the family, but she's still my little sister. I don't think this'll be totally one-sided. I take a sip of my tea and meet her gaze.
それで、どんな話？
昨夜の女性と成
Oh!
功なされたのですか？
I mean, that's the opener? Oh my. Oh my. I mean, to be honest, what Arquade said was so messed up and, you know, out of context. I wouldn't blame her for having weird thoughts, but still, it's crazy. Crazy to open with that, though. Yeesh, I'm lucky I didn't burn myself. Her first pitch was an unbelievable fastball. I thought I was gonna choke on my tea for a second. And that's exactly what happened, Vizia.
兄さん、私の話を聞いてます？
聞いてるよ。よく聞こえてる。
それでは答えてください。
She really wants to know.
昨夜の女性について、できる限り正確に、嘘偽りなく、私を決して怒らせない範囲で、詳しく。
This is such a losing situation, dude.
その条件だと何も口にすることができない。
私を怒らせないでと忠告したはずですが。
Wait, so that was a warning?
いや、無理難題の匂いがプンプンしてきたな。
なんです？声が小さくて聞こえません。もっとはっきりおっしゃってください。一体、あの女の方は、兄さんにとってどのような方なんですか？
どうと言われても、協力関係というか、
That doesn't help, I think.
のようなものというか。
夜中に出かけるほどのご友人なんですね。
Yeah.
ええ、私だって兄さんが将来どなたと関係を持とうと意見する気はありませんけど、兄さんはまだ学生でしょ。遠野家の長男がどこのものともわからない女性と夜な夜な相引きをしているだなんて、そんな恥知らずなことは慎むべきではないでしょうか。
But that's what my relationship with Arquade looks like to her.
待て、アキハ。まず初めに言っておくと、俺とあいつはそういう関係じゃない。俺はあいつの探し物に手を貸してるだけで、用が済んでしまえばもう二度と会わない関係なんだよ。
Surely not.
その割には随分と親しそうでしたけど、 それは私の気のせいだと言うんですね、兄さんは。あの方とはあくまで一時的な損得だけの関係だと。
Her gaze is ice cold. All I'd have to do is say yes, and that would be the end of this conversation. But something is holding me back. It's true that we're both getting something out of our partnership, but I also don't want to admit that's all there is to it.
それは親しくはないけど損得だけで手を貸してるわけじゃない。
He's being so vague about it. But I guess, can't really help it.
でしょうね。今まで見たこともないほどの慌てようでしたから。何事も真剣になってくれない兄さんが感情をあらわにするなんて、どういう風の吹き回しかと疑ったほどです。
そこまで慌ててないし薄情ではない。あいつがうちに来るなんて思ってもいなかったから驚いただけだ。
Yeah.
そうですか。あの女の方は落ち着いた様子で兄さんのことをずっと待っていましたけど。
She gives me a sidelong glance, obviously trying to imply something. It looks like Akiha is fully convinced that Arquaid and I are dating.
あのな、アキハ、勘違いもそこまでにしてくれ。そもそも俺とあいつが知り合ったのは
Because I killed her. I stopped myself before the truth slips out. Yeah, that would be a funny line. There's no reason for Akiha to know, and it's not like she'd believe me anyway. Though I also can't think of another explanation. All I can manage is some half-hearted mumbling.
答えられないのでしたら質問を変えましょうか。
Okay.
先ほどから兄さんはあいつあいつと繰り返していますが、あの女性の
Probably should have opened with this question instead of that.
名前はアルクエイドだけど。
At least he's not lying there, I guess.
そうですか。ということはお知り合いになったのは学校ではありませんね。兄さんの高校には留学生はいませんから。
She knows all about it. Akiha is right, we don't have any exchange students. But why does she even know that? Yeah, true, that's scary.
それで兄さんはあのような方と一体どこで知り合ったんです？
She knows a lot of things.
街で知り合ったんだよ。その偶然。
偶然ですか。ではアルクエイドさんの方から声をかけてきたんですね。
ああ、いや、声をかけたのは俺の方だけど。
If by initiated contact you mean murdered in cold blood, she tracked me down after that, but I'm the one who started it, yeah. What a way to come into acquaintance, come into to learn about someone. It's crazy.
どうして声をかけたんです？兄さんはアルクエイドさんとは何もないのに。それとも初めはそういうおつもりだったんですか？
Her interrogation is mercilessly precise. With every question, she's closing in on the truth. She's got me like a deer in headlights. And if this goes any further, I won't be able to lie my way out of it. I would like to request my lawyer. It sucks to do it this way, but I don't have any other choice. I have to end it. I have to end this in whatever way I can.
ああ、もうとにかくあいつとは何でもない。大体な、俺が何をしようがアキハには関係ないだろ。
Kinda true though, but whoa.
どうせ形だけの長男なんだから、誰と付き合ったところで遠野家に迷惑はかけないはずだ。
It's cowardly to use being disowned as my argument, but I can't think of another way to get her to back off. Oh. She narrows her eyes for a moment, then takes a deep breath as she stands. That's weird. I was expecting another sharp-tongued retort. But instead she looks away.
私だってこんなことは言いたくありません。ただあの人は嫌な感じがするんです。他の相手なら仕方がないと諦めます。
She's sensing something about her? Nani?
兄さんがあの人に気を許すのなら
That's odd.
なんだか私がバカみたいじゃないですか。
Or maybe she just doesn't like foreigners. Classic xenophobia. Anyway, for some reason, Akiha bites her lip in frustration as she speaks.
どうしたんだアキハ。なんかおかしいぞお前。
もういいです。兄さんは兄さんのなさりたいようご自由になさってください。
Storms off. She exits the parlor with uncharacteristically heavy steps.
もう四季さん、今のはひどいですよ。明葉様がおかわいそうです。恋人を連れてくるのでしたら、もっと普通の人を連れてきてあげてください
I
な。
guess even they think of it like that.
そうすれば明葉様も納得してくださったでしょうに。
Kohaku heaves a heavy sigh and chases after Akiha. Well, that was an awkward morning again. I can kind of see both sides. Hisui sees me off when I leave the mansion. I'm a little worried about Akiha, but I don't think running after her would have helped, considering the root of her anger is Arcade. Though I feel bad, it'll have to wait until this vampire business is over.
でもどうだろう。考えたこともなかったけど。
Is telling her everything an option? She may not believe me, but maybe I should tell her about the vampires. They do endanger all of Soya after all.
そうだよな。
That'll be a pretty spicy thing.
例えばネットで噂話として流すとか。
I take my phone out of my pocket as I walk. It wouldn't make for the most credible source, but I could write everything I know on some message board. Any interpretation would be up to the reader. Yelling at people to try and get them to believe you will only have the opposite effect. But if it's on the net, it may at least reach urban legend status.
もしもし、そこの君、ちょっと。
Who? Is it his friend? I stop, turning around. Hey yo! Oh, it's one of the church guys. That's why the voice was fam. With his brown version of the Gudao hair and a little bigger. There's a sharp-dressed man I've never seen before. Shout out to ZZ Top.
俺のことですか。
Whoa.
うん、君。だって君以外にこんな道歩いてる子いないでしょ。
He's got a point. At most, the road leading up to the Tono mansion may see a couple of cars passing by from time to time. But the only ones actually walking the street are probably me and our housekeepers.
それでさ、君さ、今この家から出てきたよね。もしかして中で働いている使用人さんの子かな。ならラッキーだよ。すごくラッキー。あ、俺じゃなくて君がね。お小遣い欲しい。
That's how they operate.
遠野家の人の話とか。
Like, hey, you want some money? Tell me what I want to know. Interesting. I keep my distance. It's not because his overly casual way of talking bothers me. I'm actually more scared of just how serious he is. It's like every word is carefully crafted to ensure I'll let down my guard.
あ、もしかして野じ馬だと思われてる？まあ野じ馬なんだけど、ちゃんと報酬弾むよ。特に知りたいのは、ほら、最近帰ってきたっていう長男の話。来たばっかりで写真資料があってさ、どんな外見なのか、好きな食べ物とか好きな女の子のタイプとか、ぶっちゃけ何に弱いのか教え。
Oh, what happened? There's someone else here. The man hops from side to side holding his crotch.
そこの抜けた鍋かてめえ。
Hey, yo.
どう見てもそいつが党の指揮じゃねえか。
Yeah, it's one of the other dudes as well. Although, did we ever see him before? I think we just heard the voice. I think the sprite might be new, unless I'm forgetting it on that small teaser. But we did hear the voice at least, I'm pretty sure. Interesting. There's a child with him. Behind the man is a boy who looks about 12 years old. He must be the one who kicked him in the balls. Yeah, that's a good description. Yeah, he's the one who kicked him in the balls.
マジっすか。全く
For
プルジョ
real?
の匂いがしませんよね。
どんな匂いだそれ。金に匂いなんてねえだろ。それとも手垢の匂いってことか。金持ちはどいつもこいつも赤だらけってか。ずいぶん舐めた発言だなおい。
He's got an attitude for sure.
いえ、違います。成金だけ、一部の成金だけですってば。ほら、一日の半分を金勘定で浪費する氷菓子みたいな。
そりゃうちのジジイのことか。上司批判とはずいぶん太いな安藤。
His dad is rich? Question mark, I guess. What is happening? Maybe I should call the cops?
ああ、そこ、無言で110番コールしない。なんで今時の若い子は
Probably for a good reason.
ばっかりするかな。ほら、俺。
I look up from my phone, already halfway through dialing the number to call the authorities. The man is holding out a black ID. It may be my first time ever seeing one, but I still recognize it as a badge.
警察手帳ってもしかして刑事さん？
そうだよ。怪しいもんじゃないよ。刑事さんだよ。警視庁捜査第一課、安藤優吾。
ポポ
なのにさ、昨日から門前払いでさ。こっちはちょっと話を聞きたいだけなのに、アポ取れって一点張りでさ。なんで仕方なく国道で張り込みしてたわけ。
I've never seen a more sus detective in my life. Still, though, regardless of whether that badge is real or not, I'd like to know more about why he's been staking out my house. What should I do? Ooh, it's a choice. Spicy! Oh my. We'll probably finish this scene at least, still. Let's see. I'm not really in the mood, but I'll ask him what he wants. These guys are brand new soldiers. I'll converse for now. Surely, okay. I'll try and figure out what they're doing. Unless I find out what they're after, I won't know how to deal with them.
俺でよければ話ぐらいは聞きますけど。要件は何
Is
ですか？
that Toma? He does look a bit like Toma. He needs a bit more spikier hair and that it needs to be black, but otherwise he's very... Even, it's funny because his voice actor is also similar. I know it's not, what's his face? I forgot his full name. Something Abe. Atsushi Abe, yeah. It's not Abe Atsushi who voices Toma, but, you know, there's a lot of similarities anyway. Yeah, Hakuno is voiced, male Hakuno is voiced by Atsushi Abe. That they do the share the VA.
北口駅前の火災のことだよ。ほら、当日と翌日まで現場を仕切ってた警備会社、お宅の子会社でしょ。もう引き上げちゃったけど、当日の責任者と話をしたいんだよね。連絡先とかわかる？
そうだったんですか。それは知りませんでした。ですので、俺には分かりかねます。
You don't know.
なに、長男なのに知らないの？そりゃ困った。やっぱり妹さんの方が実権握ってるわけ？
どうしてそんな話を？口頭無形だとは思いますけど、あの火災の原因は党のグループの過失だとでも。
そんな方針は持ってない。ありゃどっから見ても自然発火だし。
Yeah, surely.
問題は別っていうか、まあ、お家の人ならバラしてもいいか。もう知ってるだろうしね。
何？
昨日さ、地下陥没の瓦礫の下からちょっと良くないというか、 意味わかんないもんが出てきてね。鑑識もお手上げ
What
状
did
態
they
でさ。
find?
あの土地だって遠野の持ち物でしょ。記録だと10年くらい前に遠野牧久が相場を上回る高額で買い取ったとある。そのあたりの事情聞きたいんだよね。なんで駅前の一等地を買っておいて公園になんかしちゃったのかなとか。
俺には何とも。牧久は亡くなりましたので、話はそれだけですか。
いや、妹さんに取り継いでくれないの？ちゃんと身分と目的話したよね。
あいにく妹は忙しい身なのでお引き取りください。話がしたいのならしかるべき手続きをしてからどうぞ。
Yeah, it's the Tono father of theirs. He just doesn't call him father because he got disowned when he was young. So he just refers to him with his given name. I turn on my heel and start down the hill. Now I know what they're after. While I don't know the details, there's no way I'm letting such a shady detective meet with Akiha.
おい
Oh. A higher-pitched voice calls out to me. I was planning on ignoring him since he's with that weird detective, but something about the boy's voice makes me hesitate.
正義感も結構だが部をわきまえな。人間らしい死に方をしたいんならこの辺りが引き際だぜ。
Wow. Does he know he's involved? Hey, yo. Also, there's a thumbnail shot. We got a new character, a close-up. Let's go. Boom. He looks like a mix of a lot of other Type Moon characters. There's a bit of Rhinus, Kid Gil, and even Leo from CCC, I want to say. There's a lot of different mixes here. Not enough booba for thumbnail, true. That gets me to stop and look back. Did he say a human's death?
何が言いたいんだ。
言いたいことは今ので全部だマヌケ。これで聞かなきゃ勝手に死んでな。
Wow. Ouch.
ほら帰るぞアンド。いい加減食事時だ。ケーキ食わせろケーキ。チーズと蜂蜜たっぷりなやつな。
仰せのままに。
It's Arthur Lily.
なんで俺日本に来てまでボンボンのおもりしてんだろうな。
And just like that, they're gone. But he seemed to imply that he knows he's involved with all of this weird stuff going on, though. That was a weird line otherwise. The strange pair get into a car parked alongside the road and drive down towards the station. Looks like the mansion was under police surveillance, and they said something about the land north of the station being owned by the Tono family?
いや、ただの偶然だ。
Surely. It has to be. The only reason that place collapsed is because Arquaid acted before thinking. There's no connection between what happened near the station and who owns the land. I gulp down, the apprehension rising in my throat. Pulling myself together, I begin my long descent. Alright. Is that a checkpoint right there? I think we might be, yeah. Wow. There we go. Alright, I think this is a good checkpoint though. Yeah, that was interesting sesh. Kinda chill. Some tense stuff. Some teasers. Some funny stuff. Some thirsty stuff. So yeah, that'll conclude part 10. Who knows what's gonna happen afterwards, because these multi-part days, at least if we take the previous one as an example, they're probably gonna lead to something spicy. Part 2 of Mystic Eyes of Depth Perception Day 8 is still very much underway. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know what to do. Hit that freaking like button again, of course. Although if you already hit it, don't hit it again. It's gonna undo the like. But yeah, if you didn't already, do it now. Yay. Also subscribe not to miss out on more, because again, I am very much committed to reading all of this. And hopefully it's gonna be a very weekly thing as well as it has been for now. And yeah, thank you for watching. Shout out to my patrons on the screen right now for supporting the channel. And have a great rest of your day whenever it is you're watching this. And see ya in part 11. Bye bye.